Early one morning, as the sky was just beginning to shed its cloak of darkness, a teacher known simply as Mr. Turkey prepared for another day at school. The air was still crisp and invigorating, hinting at the vibrant colors that would soon splash across the horizon as Mr. Turkey waddled along the familiar path to school. He stumbled upon something curious amidst the dew-kissed grass, a blue teddy bear with a rounded white belly and a dark blue rain cloud emblazoned on its center. A strange whisper echoed in his mind, hinting at a mystery waiting to unfold. Upon arriving at school, with sunlight filtering through the skylights in hues of green and blue, Mr. Turkey entered his classroom filled with eager young minds. Today's lesson revolved around numbers, focusing on word problems that involved minuscule beads and counting how many containers two people possessed collectively. The students diligently worked, scribbling their thoughts, oblivious to the playful disturbances fate had in store for them that day. Without warning, a loud sound pierced the atmosphere of concentration, sending a ripple of surprise through the classroom. A student raised their hand, quizzically asking if there was a fire drill scheduled for today. Mr. Turkey's eyes widened. He shook his head. Just then, the giggles of mischief erupted from the corner of the room. It was none other than Grumpy Bear, the blue teddy bear. With a hearty laugh, he revealed the origin of the commotion, declaring that he had pulled a prank fire drill. The community soon echoed with the comedic mischief of Grumpy Bear, much to Mr. Turkey's dismay. The Native American turkey principal, hearing the chaos, confronted Grumpy Bear, confused but intrigued. Grumpy Bear, however, just kept chuckling, his mirth unfazed by the trouble he had caused. The principal resolved to call Funshine Bear, warning of the repercussions that awaited the jester. Back in Carolot, Funshine was anything but amused to discover Grumpy Bear's antics. As Grumpy sat guiltily before the TV, anticipating the consequences of his laughter-filled day, he heard a stern voice rumbling from afar, leaving him fearing the arrival of the anticipated bagpipes, an ultimate reminder that pranks, while amusing, come with their own sets of lessons. In the whimsical world of Carolot, where kindness and laughter reign supreme, Grumpy Bear found himself in a situation that would test even his patience. As the air thickened with tension, a stern voice rumbled through the room, jolting him out of his thoughts. Sunshine Bear, with his sunny disposition, was not about to let Grumpy's latest antics slide. "Grumpy, what have I told you about pulling fire alarms?" His voice was firm, yet laced with the warmth of a true friend. Grumpy Bear, arms crossed and a frown etched on his face, could only respond with a gruff, "Not to pull them for pranks." Sunshine, undeterred, declared, "Exactly, and you just caused another commotion today at a different school." The revelation hung in the air like a dark cloud, thick with the weight of Grumpy's mischievous decisions. The door rattled as Funshine Bear, bursting with energy, knocked hurriedly, bringing a fresh wave of excitement. The unexpected visitor soon made his presence known. It was the Arapaho Indian, a gentle soul who had formed an unlikely friendship with Mr. Turkey, the beloved teacher. "I hear what's going on here," he said, eyes lighting up with surprise. "Mr. Arapaho, how did you get here?" Sunshine inquired, curiosity piqued. The Arapaho chuckled, recalling his day. "I saw a blue teddy bear on the security footage at my grocery store yesterday. I was working when that little troublemaker pulled the fire alarm." Funshine's eyes widened, shock twisting his features. "What?" he exclaimed, as the Arapaho continued sharing his story. "That blue teddy bear was causing quite a ruckus. At first he was laughing loudly, everyone could hear it. And then he made his grand entrance into my store, plotting a prank that would leave a lasting impression. The moment that alarm went off, I jumped as if 1,000 whistles were blowing just for me." As Grumpy Bear sank deeper into his seat, embarrassment washed over him. Sunshine said sternly, "Grumpy, you are in so much trouble. I'm definitely calling little Tommy's father." The Arapaho, sensing the growing tension, smiled gently and said, "I should be on my way. I'll leave you all to deal with your friend here. I'm off to see Mr. Turkey." With that, he waved goodbye, leaving a ripple of confusion and laughter in his wake. With the atmosphere charged with anticipation, Sunshine turned to Grumpy and announced, "Little Tommy's father is here, and he already knows." Grumpy Bear braced himself, knowing full well that the ramifications of his mischievous decision were about to unfold. "Scotland the Brave" echoed in the background as Grumpy stared wide-eyed at what was sure to be a hilariously chaotic resolution. In the cozy abode of Grumpy Bear and Funshine Bear, a cloud of unease fluttered after Scotland the Brave ceased its spirited rendition. The familiar blue fur of Grumpy Bear, marked with a distinctive rain cloud, was engulfed by a peculiar tingling, akin to tiny grains of sand slipping through fingers, reminiscent of when Mr. Turkey taught his spirited drama class. The calmness shattered as a host of figures emerged from the shadows, grasping bagpipes, creating an aura of anticipation tinged with dread for the furry resident. With a crescendo that stirred memories in the hearts of children, the resonating drones of the bagpipes surged forth. Grumpy Bear, startled to his core, leapt 2 feet into the air, disbelief coursing through him as the unexpected joy turned into a discordant symphony of emotions. The melodious strains of "Scotland the Brave," entangled with energetic drumming, swirled around him. Soon, many figures appeared with glaring drums and glimmering swords that flashed like shooting stars under the sun, evoking a fairy tale atmosphere, yet inducing nothing but pure fright in Grumpy Bear's heart. The vibrant celebration transformed into a chaotic spectacle with the enchanting tunes of the Rowan Tree and the profound strains of Lord Lovett's Lament. A Funshine Bear, with his reassuring smile, reminded Grumpy Bear to embrace the symphony, urging him to resonate with the joy others felt at school, while Grumpy Bear, trembling and hesitant, could only wish for relief from the cacophony. The moment of truth arose as Grumpy Bear, overwhelmed and tearful, promised never to replicate his prank that led to this uproar. He trudged off to his room, a whirlpool of emotions swirling inside him, realizing that every sound bore a story, and every story had the power to change hearts, resonating with laughter or tears. As deep breaths hollowed out the remnants of the noise, Grumpy Bear reflected on the chaos he inspired. Alone in his room, he felt a gentle thrum of realization pulsing through him. Funshine Bear had ensured the lesson was taught with care, a promise birthed from love. Whispering through the evening silence, Grumpy Bear pondered earnestly upon the laughter and joy he could invite instead of distress, and as he waited for his friend to call him down for dinner, he pictured a realm devoid of chaos, but filled with harmonious melodies, where even a disgruntled heart could find solace.